Good evening, folks, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Leadership NHTglobal call. This is a special call this evening for an amazing who has been involved here with NHTglobal for the past 7 years. And she has an amazing story to share with you on belief and courage. So what I would suggest is sit back, relax, grab a piece of paper, a pen, take down some notes, and learn from one of the best in the industry here this evening. I have the pleasure to introduce to you, and I'm going to turn this call over to an amazing individual, amazing student, now a teacher, Donna Young. Donna, are you there?
Absolutely, Patrick. Thank you so much for that lovely intro. I am absolutely honored and privileged to present to you folks 2 words that are extremely powerful. And when you get it and you know it, you will be unstoppable. Belief and courage. And I applaud you for being here and making a difference in your life. One cannot be successful without a belief within and courage to move forward. And I love what William Shakespeare's quote is, "Our doubts are traitors that make us lose the good we might win by failing to attempt." And also Winston Churchill, a very powerful man that never stopped believing in himself, even when others did. And his quote is, "Courage is what it takes to stand up and speak. Courage is also what it takes to sit down and listen. Courage to face your fear." As Winston Churchill would say, never, never, never quit. So if you're on the webinar, you're going to see a picture of a lion, the lion from The Wizard of Oz, and there he is being presented with a medallion of courage. And so courage begins with those that want to start by helping themselves and are willing to do whatever it takes to succeed. And people believe that their life is shaped by circumstances, by things that happen to them, by exterior forces. And they are outer directed people. So people don't realize their inside world creates their outside world. Success starts with defining exactly what you want. So how do we get that? We have to know our why. You want this, why? You have to write it out. You've got to write down your goal. You've got to see it. You've got to focus on it. You've got to see it consistently, like Joe Garcia shares with us, on a consistent basis. So we are willing to work to grow, are we? And to become that person that we want to become. So how does that happen? It happens with growth, people. It happens with nurturing our spirit from within, our mind, giving it all kinds of great mental nutrition, reading, listening to self-development tapes, surrounding yourself with those that want you to succeed, that want you to be better. I love what Earl Nightingale shares, this wonderful story. He talks about 100 men at the age of 25 years of age, and they all believed that they were going to be successful. They were eager to live life, and they had the sparkle in their eye. And at the age of 25, 1 will be rich, 4 financially independent, and 54 broke. What happened to these men? What happened to the intention? What happened to the sparkle in their eye? They conformed, folks. They lost belief in their own dreams and followed the masses. The opposite of courage is not fear, it's conformity in our society. We learn to read by the time we're 7. We learn to make a living by the time we're 25. Andrew is supporting the family, and yet by the time we are 65 years old, we've not learned to be financially independent. So the trouble is we're acting like the wrong percentage group. In this next slide, we see an incredible Great Dane peering down to this Chihuahua. And it is curious that physical courage should be so common in the world and moral courage so rare, Mark Twain. So moral courage is defined as the ability to confront fear, pain, risk, danger, uncertainty, or intimidation. So make a decision to rise to the occasion to meet the challenge. In our next slide here, we have a courageous cat walking along a line of police dogs. So true courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to proceed in spite of it. In your business, you will be challenged. You'll be challenged in your business, and you'll need to confront the fear. These police dogs will be like those that say, no, you can't do this. Don't waste your time. No. You need to be that courageous cat, and you have to do it anyways. We have to continue to evolve and feed ourselves great mental nutrition to become who we want to be. Listening to personal development tapes, reading the right books, surrounding ourselves. And I want to reiterate that over and over and over again, because that's what we need to be doing, folks. If we haven't got our goals straight, if we're not working on our goals on a daily, weekly, monthly, annual basis, we're going to lose the picture, our movie mind. So what do you want to see? See it and believe it. Most people believe what they see, but I want you to see what you believe, and don't stop until you have it. I love this picture here. It's a bunch of penguins at the top of a nice cliff, and they're pushing each other over the edge. So don't let your comfort zone trap you for life. Use the courage from within and go after what you want, and don't allow anyone to change your desire, still your dream, to live your passion. When the switch to change happens, your life is going to go in a new direction. It's going to take courage to follow that through, to be uncomfortable as it is foreign to us. So once again, how do we do that? Well, my goal here is for you to think outside the box, to challenge your fears, to move your business and your health forward to the next level, to grow and work on yourself. My goal is to challenge you to step out of your comfort zone. Be purposeful, be uncomfortable, not to settle for comfort. Don't be average. Why do people with goals succeed in life and people without goals fail? It is as simple as this. We become what we think about. So courage is not the absence of fear, but rather the judgment that someone else or something else is more important than fear. You believe what you believe, you will conceive. In our next slide, we talk about courage is not always a roar. It's not that big, loud thing, but sometimes courage is a quiet voice at the end of the day saying, I will try again tomorrow. And looking at all the beautiful things that evolve in life, we have this beautiful pregnant woman, and you can actually see the imprint of a baby foot in utero. And I say to you, if we really thought about the journey of a child growing within, do you think women would create such? This is a walkway of courage. And how do we get there? With the end in mind. With that beautiful sight of that gorgeous little baby. So this leads me to a very powerful slide. This leads me to say to you, commit to belief and use courage by doing the fundamentals on a consistent basis long after the feeling has left you. And at this particular time, I would like to share with you my belief of what happened and my courage that I beheld. When I first started NHT in 2005, I was a good student. I came from the medical industry, and I wanted to know and learn as much as possible. I love the 30-minute non-surgical facelift, definitely, but I wanted to know more. And my focus is on the wellness products, and I was able to fly down to Dallas, Texas, and see Dr. Bender. And he was so powerful and so passionate about his belief in his words. And there's a couple things I just want to point out in his presentation. And one is, and I have to share this, and it's reiterating it, what Cynthia always tells us as well is, and people don't know this, it's very simple, that microwaves are really bad for us, and we need to dispose of them because it's just taking away all the great nutrition in food and heating up calories. And that was something he shared with his audience, and here I am from the medical industry and oblivious to this. So medicine and nutrition are not the same at all. So I really had to get my head around what he was talking about, and we became friends, Dr. Bender and myself, and he shared his story with me and said it was a tough journey for him as well, coming from a medical background that he had to get his head around as well when it came to wellness. And we all learn from stories, folks, and that's what our business is stories. And so his story was very, very powerful for me, but I wanted to share one particular one, and it was about a gentleman who suffered with the virus, the HIV virus, and he had AIDS, and he was utilizing many pills and injections on a daily basis, and Dr. Bender took it upon himself to work with this gentleman to get him back to health, to wellness. And the two of them worked together, and it took 8 months, and Dr. Bender got him off all his medications, and this gentleman was completely well again. I'm sure he did hold, of course, the virus, you always will, but he had life back again because of the products that he shared with this gentleman, which was triotein clustered water and noni. And these are products that work at our cell level, and what I learned was we become what we feed ourselves. Let food be our medicine. And I was blown away by that. So I took all that great information, went home, went back to Toronto, went back to Barrie, and started making differences in people's lives. That's how excited I got, and made a difference. But then I got the challenge. Thoughts become things, and Joe Garcia pointed that out to me. You know, you brought this on. And that was my wellness challenge, my cancer challenge, because I was working with so many people that were ill with cancer. I often would say to myself, oh my gosh, I wonder how it would feel. I wonder how it would feel to have cancer. I used to say it to myself all the time, and you know, I got to walk the talk, and instead of feeling like most, and I didn't allow myself to flip out and freak out, because you know what? I knew there was some great stuff that I had believed in, and now it was my turn to walk the talk. And I couldn't do it without the people from NHTglobal. I had 3 weeks to get down to a cancer hospital in Toronto, and I did utilize the products at that particular time, saturate it. Prior to that, I wasn't using the products on a consistent basis, and that's why I did get sick. And my lifestyle, because I didn't really realize how we got sick. So today, I totally get it. And without the support of the incredible mentorship, and because of teaching me how to think, how to learn, how to change my mindset. Joe Garcia and Patrick Tulloch were very impressionable with me on a consistent basis that kept me on track, and many more of the distributors, but they were like my lifeline. And with the products, in 3 weeks, I was able to have a clean bill of health in one particular biopsy. So that gave me the greatest belief and courage to move forward and to make a difference in people's lives, much, much different than what I came from. And I'm able to walk through and believe and create new thoughts with other people. So I want you to know that only 5% of the population are consistently positive thinkers. And why is that? I mean, you think of a conversation you have with somebody, and they'll always twist it around to be, no, that won't happen for me, or always a negative ending. And we have to constantly be reminding people to turn it around and be positive. It's a lot easier to be negative, and that's why people just do it. And that's why 5% that are focused on the goodness are successful. So my hope and desire for you is to create more health and wealth within you and globally. And when you look at the picture on the screen, there's a dark beach and kind of a warped pathway. And it looks pretty gloomy, but when you look at the end of the road, there is light. So many days when I was working on my wellness, I didn't feel good. But did I say that? No. We focus on what we want. We talk of what we want, and we stay focused on exactly just that. So no matter how you feel, I don't care if it's bad or good, you get up, you dress up, and you fight for your dreams. Because we are in an incredible business here, an incredible opportunity that can help you create whatever you please. So with that, I thank you for your time. My name is Donna Young. There is some cool testimonials on www.creationofwellness.com with our NHT product, and you're welcome to go look at them and share them. So thank you once again, and good night.